We're on fire today, boys.
Well, it's the 2015 Illawarra Cole Rugby League Grand Final Day. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome along to Bar TV's live and exclusive coverage. As you can see, the teams are out there on the field right now. We're just awaiting the national anthem to take place, and then it will be all guns into kickoff. In the commentary box this afternoon, Sean Timmins. Afternoon to you, Sean.
G'day, Pete. Great to be back again here last year for the grand final, and what a day today. Great weather, and looking forward to seeing this game.
Mate, a quick tip.
Well, I don't know. I've seen that obviously they've played 4 times this year. I think there's won a couple each. I'm probably leaning towards West at the moment.
Okay, well, for everybody down on the sideline, we're in for a treat this afternoon. We've got a sideline-eyed commentator, and Shane Millard is down on the sideline. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pete. Yeah, beautiful day, as Sean said. Beautiful day here. Crowds build up quite nicely. The ground's in good condition. And, I think the West Devils be pretty tough to beat here this afternoon.
Okay. It's a bit of a breeze blowing as well down there. Which way will that favour in the first half?
Yeah, well, I think the breeze is sort of going north-south, so I think that if I won the toss, I'd be coming from the north. Sun's in the eyes of the team receiving the ball then, so yeah, got a couple of advantages there in the first half.
Okay, well, our referee this afternoon is Ben Millington. Touch judges are Michael Chin and Joel Matheson. 22 years ago, Helensburgh won last the title. They've been in the last 4 grand finals if you include today, and they've come away empty-handed. Are they about to take the silverware back up the road?
Yeah, I think they're going to be very dangerous. As you said, they've lost a couple of grand finals in the last few years, only by a few points, so they're going to be hurting. Obviously, a lot of the Helensburgh guys have played in some grand finals now, so I think it's going to be a pretty fiery clash. A couple of weeks ago they met, and I think they got pretty heated, so I'm expecting no different today. But yeah, I wouldn't be writing the Berg off. They were probably the best side all year. I think they're minor premiers, so it's going to be a pretty tight game.
Well, both of these sides, they actually met 5 times throughout the year, and Western Suburbs back in round 5 defeated Helensburgh by 26 points to 16. In round 10, Helensburgh 24, too good for West's 10. They last met, of course, in round 15 before the semi-finals. Helensburgh 26 to 12, and only a few weeks ago, West's too good by 28 points to 26. And of course, they've had the week off, so they'll be fresh and ready as we go back down to the sideline. Shane Millard, as we have the national anthem. But as I mentioned, they'll be pretty much primed and prepped and ready to go here today.
Yeah, they will be, mate. I think they needed the week off, Wes. They had a couple of small injuries. Big Jace Rolls got the rest of his hamstring for another week. And Holsworthy's had some hamstrings problems as well. So they've had a big week of training, speaking to Rolsey through the week, and yeah, they're ready to go.
Yeah, Billy, as we said about the weather, it looks like a pretty fast track down there at the moment. Who do you reckon that'll suit more? Who likes to throw the ball around or has got some speed out wide?
I reckon West, really, mate. They've got some really fast wingers and the fullbacks very quick. So they've got some speed to burn, especially late in the halves. Big forwards of Helensburgh. They do a lot of work and do most of their game plans around them being through the middle. So their speedy blokes get in, plenty of dummy half running around the middle late in the first half and probably late in the second half can cause them some problems.
Well, I don't know if everyone knows back at home, but the Devils have used more than 38 players in first grade over the course of the year. So it's a remarkable effort to get that continuity, I guess, over the past month and even make it here to grand final day.
Yeah, well, I was speaking to Rolsey throughout the year. They've had plenty of injuries. I think that's why Rolsey's come back and played himself. They lost their 2 front rowers early in the year, and as he said, they've been through a heap of players. So to get to where they are with all them injuries is a fair effort. So I'm looking for a big game from Big Rolsey. He's had some disappointing. He lost a grand final with the Roosters, missed out on one with Melbourne, and this is probably his last chance as a player. So I'm expecting a big game from Rolsey.
Okay, well, the crowd's in. I'd say around the same mark as what we had here for the 2014 grand final. Helensburgh. Well, I don't think there's too many left in Helensburgh here this afternoon. They're all here at Wynn Stadium.
Looking at the crowd, it looks to Helensburgh, there's a heap more supporters from the Berg. They've, there's probably some houses getting robbed up there at the moment up Helensburgh. There's no one up there, but I think they've got the bigger crowd here over West at the moment.
Well, we're just counting down to the kickoff here. You're on Bar TV. Doesn't matter where you are around the world. You're able to click on and get in contact with us here in the commentary box here this afternoon. And to do that, all you have to do is hashtag Bar TV.
Down on the sideline again, Billy Millard. The West, as we were looking at the sides before, West have probably got they've got a lot of NRL experience in this side. Guys like Rolls and Holsworth and that. So there's plenty of NRL experience in the team.
Yeah, there is, mate. Also, you got Bronx Goodwin there as well. He's played plenty of NRL. Greg Ray, he's been around for 100 years there. He's got plenty of big game experience. Where Helensburgh, as we've touched on, they've played a lot of grand finals in the last few years, and they just haven't been able to get over the line. Late in the game, them noises in the head could pop up, and they could start panicking a little bit. So the more pressure West can put on them and then keep Helensburgh chasing them a little bit, it'll be in their favour, that's for sure.
That's one thing that I think will be in West's favour. Daniel Holsworth's got an outstanding kicking game, and I think that's what's probably got him home in the last couple of games. So look for Daniel Holsworth to steer this game around with his good kicking game.
As we mentioned, the Tigers, they last won the comp back in 1993, and ironically, you know who that was against? West.
Bring it on. Game 2.
So, version 2, you're right, about to get underway. They actually got up in 93 by 22 points to 8. 22-year drought. Is it about to end in 2015? Our referee, Ben Millington, in his first Illawarra Cole Rugby League Grand Final, blows the whistle, and we're underway for the 2015 Illawarra Cole Rugby League Grand Final. Sit back and enjoy this one. Who will it be after 80 minutes? Will we be going to extra time? A lot of answers to questions to be throughout the match to be answered. This is Riles, who got the ball in the first hit up. They come up quickly. That was Hirsch. And into the tackle there, it was Ben Ryan over the top. They've hurt him too as he gets to his feet on the 20-metre line. So they're just angling it up through the middle of the park. This is Stanford. Out to the 40-metre line here. You can hear the crowd in the background here. All 2,000 spectators or more in here today at Wynn Stadium. So not a bad start for the Devils. Inside the 40, going into the in-goal area. Wayne Brebner, he better play at it. He's got traffic in front of him. Can he get back into the field of play? No, he cannot. What a start.
That's a great 7-6 for West. They are, just charge it down the middle and a great kick there, as we spoke about Holsworth before. We've got an injury here to Hurst, the back rower. He's struggling a bit in back play at the moment, but great start for West.
Oh, let's get down the sideline. Shane Millard's down there for Bar TV. What a perfect start for the Devils.
Yeah, that's the way you want to start a big game. Just roll forward, nice kick into the corner, and a great kick chase. I thought Brendan should have got on that ball a lot quicker and got it out of there. But anyway, it's worked out great for West.
So this is Matt Clark. Got it away, and now to Ray. The big prop takes the Devils to be tackled 20 metres away from the opposition's line. Speaking of Clark, he's got the ball again. As the Shadows coming across here on grand final day. Back to Holdsworth. He finds Cramp. He's short. Takes the tackle there of Jared Boyle. They're looking for their first points on grand final day. Where's it going to come now? Comes away to Porter. He steps. He weaves. He tried to get the pass out the back. But the fullback ended up taking the tackle. Comes back to Holdsworth. Here's the kick out wide. They're looking for Hill. Ball's going to go back into the in-goal area. Cleaned up by Bredner. He's going to say here, fellas, it was helped over the dead ball line by the fullback in Brebner. So more pressure for the Tigers. 2 minutes gone, 0 the score.
Yeah, a bit of pressure straight away from the Berg. Obviously now got another complete set for him. So going to be taking a little bit of energy out of him early on this game. But if they can hold him out here, they've done a good job.
Bit like a grubber kick, but it made good meterage down to the 30-metre line. So 3 minutes gone here in the Illawarra Cole Rugby League Grand Final. This is Greg Ray steamrolling his way into the tackle there of one of the veterans from the Tigers in Steve McCallum. Working it back to the left-hand side of the park. Where's their fullback? He's got it now. This is Porter. Takes the tackle there of Bremner. It's battened down the hatches here for the Tigers as the Western Suburbs Devils are going on the attack. This is Stanford. McCallum wraps him up. Now to Clark. Back to Holdsworth. This is Riles in jersey number 10. Clark again. Holdsworth kicking it in the goal area. I think they've lost it. I think Bart Hill has spilt it. So back out to the 20. Well, a sigh of relief from the Helensburgh Tigers.
Yeah, they've done well there. Weston's had a couple of sets on their line, so yeah, the Berg have done well to hold him out there and just crossing to Shane Millard on the sideline. Shane, big Greg Ray for a front rower. He's not the fittest looking bloke, but he's got some pretty good footwork for a big fella.
Mate, he has. He's been outstanding for West for the last few years. He's got an overs line that he likes to run. Sort of leans into the defensive line, and he's got a one arm offload. He's had some real good carries early, and I'd expect him to keep that up all game.
Talking about Buster Ray, he broke his old man's record for West this year. It was at 220 odd games, so fair effort from him to do that.
Yeah, he's done really well, and so has Matty Clark. Matty Clark's played over 200 games, and I think if I'm right, Matty Clark's retiring after today's game, so it'd be good to see a bloke like him, good clubman, go out on a win.
He's been a very good player, hasn't he? Long-serving hooker for the club over the years as well. I was looking to send him out a winner. Where's Porter? He's underneath it, and he's been smashed by the prop from the Tigers, Gillackley. So both of these sides certainly giving it to one another. More so the Devils. They've had all the possession, haven't they, inside the Tigers' half.
The Berg, yet to get him really inside the West 40, so yeah, they've done well to hold him out, but I reckon they're using up. Here we go, here goes Buster Ray again. He's got that footwork, as Shane spoke about before, just skips on their outside, and he's a bit of a handful at the moment.
Good shot there from Boyle, over the top coming through from the Tigers. Last tackle now. Look for the high kick, Holdsworth.
You'd love to be a fullback catching this.
Couldn't
good hands.
Kick it any higher, could he? Bremner takes it well, diffuses it sensationally. Of course, Bremner played wing in the grand final last year, back at fullback. First penalty coming up here on grand final day to the Tigers,
yeah, that was a great catch by Bremner. Obviously, he's played country this year, so he's a pretty good player, but yeah, that big torpedo bomb into the sun, he's done well to catch it, and he's got his team a penalty to get him out of trouble.
There's Illawarra Country Championships as well, knocking off Canberra. We're able to watch that match on Bar TV.
That big Keelan, the Berg back rower, Keelan Tudor Edwards, crossed to Shane Millard. He's plays in the junior Dragons. I think he might be in their high performance squad, Billy.
Yeah, he's been in the high performance this year. He's played a few games in the 20s as well early on in the year. Then he's been put down to the HPU squad that we do some coaching with, Timo, and he's been exceptional in all those games we've played. So hopefully he'll have a big game here today.
Yeah, keep your eye on him. He's a good young player, number 12.
Deep backline spread to the left-hand side of the park. This is the way they come. Good up and in your face shot there from Goodwin from the Devils. Stop the Tigers in their tracks. Lost ball on the last tackle as well.
Good Russian defence there from Goodwin. He's come in. He's got a bit physical there, but he's forced an error from Simon Maslenka.
He can get physical too now, Bronx. He looks like he's been in some good paddock since his NRL days, that's for sure.
He looks like he's had a good feed last night anyway.
This is Justin Rodriguez in jersey number 20 on the field for the West's Devils. They finished second on the competition ladder on 19 points, while Helensburgh, minor premiers, of course they had the minor premiership wrapped up with about 5 or 6 rounds remaining this year. Phenomenal effort for them. They've done it the hard way to make it to grand final day. They've had the week off, the team with the ball, of course that's the Devils, and that is Stanford. Working the right, finds Holdsworth, cuts out one, finds Giro! He's straight through, he'll offload the pass, Goodwin will score! Goodwin's over in the corner, first try, he'll award the try, Millington, 4-0, and what a lead up, Sean Timmins.
Yeah, West have had all the ball, and Helensburgh have finally let them slip. I think they've just been building too much pressure, but Jure does a great job there to break the line and set up Goodwin for a try.
Let's get on the sideline. Shane Millard, what a fantastic try there for the Devils.
Yeah, it was a good try, mate. They've got to their spot in the field, and it looked like it came off the back of a set play. Just went to the line, and they just slid off the lead runner.
As we have a look at the replay.
Yeah, and Nate's just went straight through. Over the head, over the winger, and Bronxy boys got it in the corner. So it's a good play. But as Timo said, mate, Berg have had no ball. They've had no ball at all. So what are we, 10 minutes into the game, and Helensburgh are yet probably to see any pill at all. So, they've just got to hang in there and get their share of it and try and get on the front foot a little bit.
Well, they don't come any tougher, do they, in the game of rugby league than right out on the touch line. As you can see there, what an afternoon it is here in Wollongong. 25, 26 degrees. It's going to be fairly hot out there. Might be a game of stamina as well come the back end of the 80. But Porter, 2 metres in from the touch line. Can he bring it back around? Taking his time. That's the angle he's got to work with. It looks okay. Has it got the distance? What a ripper from the sideline. The try converted, 6-0, and you can hear the crowd in the background. They are going absolutely nuts.
Yeah, great atmosphere down there, as we said. The crowd has slowly built, but too much pressure for the Berg there, and West have finally got the 6 points. So Berg will be looking for a good defensive set here to try and force an error, just try and get themselves back in the game a little.
Shane, as we go back down to you on the sideline, just looking over at that Eastern Hill, Helensburgh fans, as we mentioned at the top, they're here in their thousands.
Yeah, they've brought busloads of them down from the mountains. They're predominant. 90% of them are from the Berg. There's not many West supporters up there at the moment. There's a small group of West supporters there in the southern stand. But, as far as support goes, Helensburgh got plenty.
My Buster Ray, he's been outstanding so far. He would have had at least 10 carries, and he seems to just poke his nose through every time he's carrying the ball. So him and Rolls are setting a good platform at the moment for him.
That was Porter. Back it now to Holdsworth. Showing it, going it. Great pass away to Hill. He's got his winger. Back to Goodwin. He kicks back into the infield. Holdsworth. Oh, that's gone halfway to Melbourne.
Things are looking a little bit dangerous here for the Berg. They've split him open again down this right side again. Jure puts his centre part, puts Bart Hill away. So, looking a bit dangerous at the moment. I'm sure Coach Ryan Power wouldn't be too impressed.
This is it on the replay, Sean.
He's got, Jure's caught Jared Boyle out twice there in defence. He's looking in, so I'm sure you'll watch him target that area a bit more today.
Okay, back out to the 30-metre line. 6 points to 0. The Tigers. Well, the Devils have thrown everything at them, haven't they? In attack as they go over the 40-metre line here. Right on the 40-metre line. Tackling in numbers. One of them over the top there was Cramp. We've had 11 minutes here on grand final day. Kick goes out to the eastern side of the field. And the Devils are stopped in their tracks. Of course, that was Jason Raper coming through. Now, which way will they come now? Just up the middle is the call of the day. Leading by 6 points to 0. It was a brilliant try to Goodwin after 8 minutes here on grand final day. You're able to catch a replay of that throughout the week. Just head on to Bar TV's website page and you'll be able to catch all this match and every other game that's been here on grand final day in its entirety and also in highlights. So 14 minutes of the match. We're approaching Holdsworth. He says, let's kick it into touch. And exactly that's what he's able to do here, 10 metres out from the Tigers line.
The West Devils, number 9 out there, Wade Stanford. I think he's been moved in. Looks like he's playing a bit of lock, roving around the middle. He's doing a good job for him, carting that ball forward. Shane Millard, he must play a little bit around in the back row, does he? Looks like he's doing a good job there in the middle.
Yeah, he has, mate. He's played a fair bit of lock this year, doubling up with Matty Clark or Kieran Tranter, I think, has played a little bit of hooker when Clark has been injured. But yeah, he plays around the middle, plays a nice up-speed tempo footy, and it's worked for him, and it's working for him again at the moment.
The Berg, I think they really need to get their kicking game in order too. They just can't find any field position. They just put one there. They only went around the 40 and found the west winger straight in the full. So they need to just roll down the field and get a good kick into the corner to try and get some field position.
Sean Timmins and Shane Millard. Yeah, Bar TV commentary box here for Grand Final Day. Great to have such knowledge and experience in the box. This is Brabner. Just short of the 40-metre line. Looking to come to the middle. Can they offload? They got good passes in them. Edwards cleans it up. Referee says play on. Offloading at will, aren't they? Just short at the 40 again. Is that a tiny knock on? Crowd thinks it is. Referee agrees. Let's go down to the sideline again. Shane Miller, that happened right in front of you.
Yeah, mate, the West Devils have got the Berg rattled a little bit at the moment. They're doing stuff that they wouldn't normally do. They're doing things that, you know, tired people do, and that's trying to take shortcuts. They're trying to go around them now rather than go through them. And, you know, there's more energy and torque coming from West down here, and Helensburgh are just sort of hanging in there at the moment.
Yeah, Pete, I think we spoke about it before, the experience of guys like Holsworth and Rolls, especially Holsworth at the moment, his kicking game, he's just putting it in corners at the moment, and the Burgers having trouble getting out of their own end.
Just not Holsworth, Timo. The beautiful thing for West, they're not got Holsworth locked in left or right. He's floating either side of the ruck, and so when he's coming to their right, they're hitting the lead runner, and the Helensburgh boys are not travelling across the back of the ruck. So then when it goes to Duro, they're always a man short because Boyle wedges in on him.
Look at this defence coming through here on the Devils, on the Tigers. They're not allowing them to go far until now. Half a line bust made there.
That was a good carry there from Berg. Got him out of a little bit of trouble there, and he's got his team a much needed penalty, what they need to do.
Just listen to the crowd there right in front of the spectators that travelled down from Helensburgh.
I love that over on the hill, the Berg boys. It might fire them up a little bit.
Mate, they've been here for pretty much since the get-go here today, bathing in this sunshine. As we said, it's a fairly warm day here on the south coast, nudging 25 degrees. So it's fairly warm out there for the players. Inside the half of the Devils. They'll get to their feet. Where's their options now? They got an overlap out here, just a matter of putting it together. To Rower, down the sideline, palms one off, and Bart Hill finally brings him into the ground. Crowd getting involved as well. Raper stepping, weaving, takes the shot of Bart Hill. That's the fourth tackle here on Grand Final Day. Smith comes back to Boyle. He now finds Juata Edwards, wrapped up there by Cramp. They're about 30 metres out from the opposition's goal line, searching for their first points here on Grand Final Day. This will help their cause here, Shane. On the sideline, penalty coming up to the Tigers, 30 metres out from the Devils' goal line.
Yeah, well, it gives them their first set of 6 inside the Devils' 20 metres. So, you know, I'm sure they'll set a mark on the field and throw one of their set plays that they've got. Get Boyle the ball in his hand. He's very hard to stop close to the line as well.
So Smith is in possession. He looks up at the defensive line. There's an overlap out here. Raper will score! First try for the Tigers. 6-4 kick to come. We've got a grand final.
Coach Riles won't be happy with that. As we spoke about before, the Berg have had no fielders. That's probably the first time they've attacked their line, and it looks like they're targeting Jensen out there in the centres, and they got him first up. So that'll do their confidence the world of good, the Berg, and gets them back in the game.
As we go down to the sideline to Shane Millard, that was just a matter of putting it through the back line, and a beautiful way to end a 4-pointer.
Yeah, mate, it was. They just set middle of the field and had a shot down there right, and as Timo touched on, mate, Rolsey won't be happy with that because that's the first time they've had the ball down on their try line, and they've come up with the try on play 2 as well, so it wasn't even late in the tackle count. But, you know, that's what happens. Good teams, that's why they might have premiers. They've hung in there the first 10 minutes, handled all the defence that they've had to do, and then they've come up with the try.
So the try scorers from both sides. They haven't made it easy, have they, for their goal kickers this afternoon? Let's see if this one can go between the posts, just wide, just push it to the left-hand side. So the Bar TV scoreboard in the grand final after 18 minutes. West still in the lead by 6 points to 4. Check out that sky. Check out the beach. Just have a look at the rounders. I mean, how many grounds in the world have a beach 500 metres out the back door?
Yeah,
impressive stuff.
Great day in the Gong. Best, one of the best fields to play at. I obviously got to play all my footy here, but one of the best stadiums in the world. And as you said, we're on the beach. Great sunny Sunday afternoon watching grand final football. And we spoke about it before. I think it's going to be a very tight match. And I can see this one coming down to the wire again at the end.
The Tigers fans certainly cheering. Let's see what they can do now. They bring it back through the middle of the park. As we mentioned in the top of the show as well, Tigers can sniff out a try from anywhere. This is Jared Boyle. Lost the ball though, Shane.
Yeah, mate, that's, he's got to be better than that. That's just poor error. First set, straight after points. You need to get to the back end of it, and Boyley's dropped that on play 3.
Yeah, disappointing after a try down there, Billy. You want to try and complete your set and get out of trouble as much as you can straight after points. But how's the talk down there on the sideline? Is it the Berg? Is there much talk coming from both these sides?
Yeah, there's plenty more coming from West. Obviously, they've had to do less work in defence. Helensburgh were just, when they'll get onside there for the kick-off after the try, they'll, talking themselves up, get to the back end of the set, and then obviously they just made that error. They've just taken Rolsey off now, so you'll probably see some changes starting to happen 20 minutes into the game.
This is Green. Forward pass.
A few mistakes starting to creep into this game. It's been pretty warm out there, I reckon, so both sides will be starting to get tired towards the back end of this first half. But yeah, Rolsey's just come off having his first spell, so him and Buster Ray have done a good job so far.
So we have a look at the replay here of the forward pass. Not too much in it, but referee disagrees as they come back outside their own 20-metre line here. Helensburgh Tigers, as we said, 3 premierships in 86, 88 and 93. 22-year premiership drought.
They're hurting up there in the Berg. They'd love one. The town would go mad. I've been up there. There's some boys like Neil Pincinelli and that club legends. I'm sure they'd love to take one back up to Helensburgh, a premiership home.
Porter marks it on his 10-metre line. He's got the defence in front of him. He's trying to get away from the first line. Can't quite do so. And of course the West Devils are aiming for their 16th premiership today. Of course they recently won the comp back in 2009, 2010 and 2011. They went down to Thirroul in 2012, so they know what it's like to win grand finals as well. So stay with us.
Cross back down to the sideline to Billy Millard talking about grand finals. West won 3 in a row under coach Paul McGregor back a couple of years ago. So Rolls has been in charge this year, and I'm sure he's looking to probably finish his career on a good note with a victory as a player coach.
Yeah, for sure, mate. Mary done a great job here with West in them 3 years, especially. They never looked like getting beat, to be fair. And I played in one of the grand finals, I think 2009, when they beat us, and they were just too good for everyone in the comp and for 3 years. So Mary's done his apprenticeship here, and now he's on the bigger and better things up in the NRL.
Silly penalty there from Goodwin. Sometimes he just seems to cross that line a bit too much and goes overboard. Look at him now carrying on. I'm sure he'd want to pull his head in here, or he could find himself in the sin bin.
Yeah, mate. Bronx has got that in him, and I'm sure Riles will be speaking to him, mate, because he some of them penalties that he does, they can cost a game, and he doesn't certainly want to cost today's game.
So referees just calling over both squads here. Now with the whistle, Ben Millington. We spoke to him in the preview, and he said that he wanted to have pretty much a game where he can be out of it as much as possible. But he's blown a few penalties early on in this grand final there. Sean?
Yeah, there's been a couple of penalties. I think he's doing a decent job so far, but the less you hear or see of the referee in a game, the better. So let's hope this game doesn't come down to any referees' decisions.
So they're back into the Devils' territory, only for probably the third time, if that. Came away with a try last time they were down in this part of the field. Grant Smith, the hooker, the grandson of the late Keith Holman as well. Inside the 10-metre zone here. Jared Boyle. They don't want to put him onto the ground. Standing in the tackle. 17 minutes remaining here in the first half. Here's the kick going down. They tried to put it towards the in-goal area, but it didn't quite come off for them. Another penalty.
Just let him out of trouble there, Wes. Obviously, they had him down there in the corner, and it's good to try to keep him there, but giving away a silly penalty. And the Berg, it looks like Helensburgh are going to be trying to target West's left side there. Jensen, as I said, they scored before. Looks like they're trying to put all their plays down at his side.
Much talk out there, Shane, as we go back down to the sideline from both of these clubs.
Yeah, mate, they're getting into the groove of the game now. The Berg letting themselves down with that. That's, not making West work to get out of trouble is a big no-no. But just on Jensen, Timo, he's a young kid that Rolsey brought up from Melbourne. Played in the Melbourne system, the Melbourne 20s the last couple of years. So he's improved a lot throughout the year. But you're right, they seem to be throwing all their attack down that way.
How's that weather going down there, Tim Bailey? Now, how's the breeze down there? Is there much breeze swung around? Or?
Yeah, still reasonably breezy down here. I'm nearly looking for the jump over. The shades coming over the western stand, so I'm not as warm as you blokes up there in the box.
How's the pies and the sausage rolls? They feeding you down there?
It looks like he's had a couple.
Here's a chance. Could be more than a chance. Referee Millington's going to consult with his in-goal touch judges. We'll go to the replay after the verdict. No try, knock on.
Bit of a relief there for the Berg. Obviously, Holsworth's put it in the air again. You'll be looking up into the sun there, but looks like it's come off the West guy. So, they get out of jail there, Helensburgh.
As we come back to live pitches now, 6-4 as we head down towards half-time here at Wynn Stadium. We're taking our coverage via Country Rugby League website as well, and also through the Bar TV network, and I know a lot of the pubs and clubs throughout the Wollongong region, especially West's Club and Steelers Club and other bowling clubs as well, and pubs on the corner. Bar TV's in many clubs down here, and they're all rolling with it as we see McCallum. That's what his intention is, to roll with it to the 40-metre line.
Yeah, he's doing a good job there, and I think their 13, Blakey Phillips, is doing a good job playing in the 13 jersey. He's always pretty busy. He's a tough kind of player, and he's been in a couple of these grand final losses, so I think guys like that will be really keen to try and get a premiership under there while they're playing.
So Mitch Porter plays it back outside there, 30. This is Jordan Hardy with the ball, spinning it out to the edge. Jensen just short of the 40-metre line. Zach Blaine, 13. He takes it up the middle of the park, just on the 40, going in towards touch. Now, referee has said that this has bounced 19 metres out. Now, I'd love to know if that was a 40-20. What did you think there, Sean?
Well, I don't know. We might have to cross down to Billy Millard there. I couldn't really see in the sun, but I'm not sure whether it was in the 20 or not.
From where I'm sitting, mate, it looked like he had that foot just behind the 40-metre line. So if the referee had a replay, you'd nearly call that a 40-20. But anyway, he's giving it to the Berg, and it's a bit of a relief for the Berg that they're getting the ball back.
Well, referee mightn't have the replay, but we do. Check this out. Let's just see if he's inside the 40-metre line here. He is. So there you go. That's why you need technology, because can't cry over spilt milk, but the Devil should have been on the attack here 20 metres out.
Yeah, tough call there. That's where you'd like your touch judges helping your ref out. Obviously, he can't see something, but you'd love to see your touch. That's where he should have his input.
So Steve McCallum, the heart and the soul of the Tigers. 13 was with it. Phillips back-ended into the ground, right on the halfway line. They're about to cross the halfway line. Edwards to the 40. Last tackle now. What are they going to do? Boyle is going to go high to the air. Where's Porter? There he is. He's lost the football, Porter.
Plus a penalty there. Bit of momentum will start to swing the Berg way. Mistake down there by the West fullback, but they've given a penalty away for tackling without the ball.
As we go down to Shane Millard on the sideline as we have a look at this replay. You think he got this one right?
Yeah, well, not really. I thought he just dropped the ball. Again, talk about pressure. West got no 40-20 call, and they probably got a good call there. So it all works out in the end for them.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a harsh call there. There wasn't much. He didn't have much time to pull out of that tackle by the looks of it. But anyway, West are on the charge now.
Look at that defence coming through from the Tigers. One of them over the top was Salamaliski. That's Clay. Takes the shot. Again of Phillips.
I'm impressed with the way Stanford's carrying the ball in there. And the number 9, he's really ripping in. And he's got good leg speed and making some good yards through the middle.
Kieran Tranter. He's on the field off the interchange bench. Got his first touch of the grand final. Cramp.
Cross down there to Billy Millard. Billy, do you think they'll West will look to put Rolls and Buster Ray? Buster Ray's on there, but Rolls will probably see some more time in this first half.
Yeah, I'd expect Rolls to go on with 5 to 10 minutes to go in this first half to finish it out. Just on young Kieran Tranter, he's just come on to replace Clark. He had hooker. His kid played 20s at Canberra last year, and he adds a little bit to him as well. And that obviously helps with Wade Stanford. He can stay at lock. And then, as you mentioned, Timo, he gets around the middle. He's got good speed and good feet there. So when these top blokes get tired back into this half, it could cause some more problems.
Well, Millington's calling over Blay here. As we head to the Bar TV replay. Lovely little faint kick there from Holdsworth. Turned Brebner inside out, didn't it? And Bart Hill and finished off by Blay over the top. Nothing much.
What was wrong? Was that him holding down, or was it the swinging arm? It wasn't too much in it.
Absolutely nothing in that.
Anyway, I'm sure Helensburgh will be happy with that little leg up to get him out of trouble here.
Yeah, just down here on the sideline, West weren't happy with that call, and I don't blame him. Timo touched on something just before about the touchies coming on and doing a call and looking out for your 40-20s. They won't come on for that, but then they go on there for that type of thing, and there's just nothing in it, and there's no need for it.
They're there not just to look good touches. I'd like to see them when there is situations like that. I think we really need them to help give the referee a bit of a hand.
So this is McCallum. Smith. Charging their way forward, aren't they? Grinding ahead. Come the Tigers. They're on the prowl. Boyle looking around, surveying his options. Takes the shot there. On the last. Look for the kick. Helen. High. Nice work at the back. That was Mitch Porter. Saves the day for the Devils, and he's back out.
Would have done his confidence well after dropping that last one, but I think Helensburgh are really starting to find their way into this game at the moment. They've took them, they were a little bit jittery the first 5-10 minutes, but I think they've really worked their way back into this game, and it's pretty even at the moment.
The crowd not making much noise at the moment, but this is Jason Green with a full steam ahead. Tranter cleaned up there from Gerard. It's the son of Jeff. Here's the kick inside the 40. Taroa goes down his throat. He's got a bit of space in front of him, the winger, until now. And Blay drops into him. Where's it going to come now? Wayne Brebner's got the ball. He sees the gap. With the clap. Coach just quickly.
Starting to find some easy Tigers up the middle there now. West is starting to look a little bit tired.
Raper, you can hear from the crowd. Get him on side. Obviously talking of Devils. Must be a Devil supporter. Back it comes to McCallum. Down to the 30-metre line. Tigers before the break. Trailing by 2. Hillen. Hirsch wraps him up. Smith again. One of the veterans in their squad. They're going to kick out wide. They're looking for Taroa. Taroa takes a tackle. Devils lose the football right on their own goal line. Bronx Goodwin, he's come up with a try, but he's come up with an error, which might prove a bit costly here. Time off as well. Let's stop the clock.
Yeah, it could be an important call, this one. Obviously, the Berg, they're starting to put a little bit of pressure on West down the front of the field at the moment. And, have a look here at the replay. I think Bronx Goodwin spilt that, so it looks like the Berg are going to get a scrum feed here and attacking their line. 8 minutes to go.
This is their time now, Shane, leading into the break.
Yeah, well, they're just starting to make those changes we spoke about earlier. Rolls is just waiting up for this set of 6 to get on, and they've just, Helensburgh have just brought on their big Fiji number 19.
What's his name, Billy?
Yeah, I don't know how you say his name even.
He's close, he's stopping the try! Going into the break that they wanted, and now they've got it! We'll just try and pick up his number plate on the way through. This Khan Salamalikas. He's got them back in front. 8-6 kick to come.
Yeah, I think you can see down there. I think the last 5 to 10 minutes, as I said before, Helensburgh looked like they found their groove in this game, and the momentum started to swing. They've been finding easy yards up the middle and rolling them. It looks like I'm not sure who goes over here. Dummy half, is it?
Let's keep an eye on which way they go. The big 15, I think it's Khan Salamalikas, just crashed his way over.
15, yeah, he's just too big and strong there. That was pretty soft defence on the line. So, yeah, down to Billy Millard on the sideline. It looks like that the momentum sort of swung towards Helensburgh this last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it has, mate. They're quicker blokes at getting into dummy half and getting some good yards out of dummy half early in tackle counts, which is getting their set started. As you said, mate, that was just play 2. And it was just a hit up basically, and it was pretty poor defence. So 3 blokes on him, and they deserved to be stopped there. So it's not good to try just before half time to put him in front. The Berg fans down here and over on the hill, they're going berserk now.
6 to go, yeah. So an important couple of minutes here for I think for West to try and stay in this game. They can't afford to let Helensburgh score another try before half time.
So we're back here at Wynn Stadium. This kick is long. Thought for a moment it might have went out on the full. The Tigers on the bring back mission with their tails in front by a margin of 4 here on grand final day. Gerard takes his side outside their own 20.
He's been solid out there, Gerard. He's had some good carries and he's put on a few good hits in defence. So their forwards are starting to do a real good job here.
The Devils tightening up in defence, heading into the break. Got 5 minutes and 28 seconds officially remaining. Crowd calling for a penalty for the Devils to get off him. Now, play on. Smith losing it. Zlanska. Well, is it the time now for the Devils?
Well, that's twice. So Helensburgh have scored 2 tries, and on both occasions, their next set off the kickoff, they've made an error. That was the first one was on play 2, and this second one's on play 3. They've just got to learn to get to the back end of their next set and kick long and chase hard.
Even if you just have 4 or 5 dummy half runs after the try and kick it long, as long as you get it down, get out of trouble after scoring points is what you need. And they're just silly play there by the hooker.
Referee telling him put it in again. So both Sixers present at the scrum there. So the Devils down by 4. Holdsworth giving it away. Jensen coming back on the...
Bit of a scuffle in the back play there. Get into it.
Love a grand final with a bit of tension, don't you?
Wouldn't you love to see it bring that back? Obviously, as we spoke about before, it got heated a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, nothing wrong with seeing a few fisticuffs here and there, especially in the grand final.
These days it's just handbags at 10 paces, isn't it? They're just pushing and shoving now.
And guys with hair buns.
And guys with yellow fluoro boots. What a world we're living in 2015. Modern day rugby league. Holdsworth giving it away to Porter. Steps. Gerard wraps him up. Holdsworth kicking. He tried to dribble into the in-goal area to get another set of 6 back. But who was there to save the day? Eamon Hillen, another Illawarra player in the country championships. It's been a good year for Illawarra, hasn't it? Winning the country championships against Canberra and Mudgee.
Yeah, it just goes to show what kind of comp it is here at the Illawarra Coal League. And the good thing is we get a lot of guys coming back from the NRL, which is great to see them come back and I suppose give back to the game. But we've always been strong in the Coal League, and a lot of these guys out here today you're watching have played country and representative footy. So yeah, it's a great comp to be involved in.
Shane, let's get down to you on the sideline. Another error here. Devils will get the feed. 25 metres out.
Yeah, Berg again, just trying to get a trouble play 3 error. I thought it was a strange option for Holdsworth. He tried to get a repeat set and play 4 down a crowded short side. But, a Helensburgh error has allowed him, give him good field position again. Just on what Timo's touched on with all the players, I think if you go through both teams, you'll find 90% of them have either played Super League, NRL, under 20s, or country at some stage. So there's a very strong competition, and that's why we've got a high quality game here today.
Shane Millard down on the sideline for Bar TV here in the 2015 Illawarra Coal Grand Final.
Former butcher himself, Billy Millard, played here a couple of years back in a grand final. Probably one of the quickest players I've probably ever got to play with, Millard.
Very, very sharp. Over 5 metres.
And you weren't like this bloke called Cramp, were you, mate?
Definitely not.
Cramp taking the tackle. Tranter giving it away to Holdsworth. Shows it. Porter spinning, weaving, trying to link up with his winger in Hardy.
Big minute and a half coming up here for Helensburgh to try and hold West out here.
Holdsworth. He goes high. Tigers go higher and defuse it. Jared Boyle, what a catch.
Great take there by Boyle there. We just spoke, it was a huge, West attacking their line. If Helensburgh can go in 10-6, I think that's a fair effort. So for them to hold West out, great effort there.
Tigers out to the 30.
I'm sure Coach Powell's is hoping for him to get through this set and kick long and get themselves out of trouble.
Salamalikas, the try scorer. Offloading to either Edwards. Now to Raper. Exploits a gap. That closes quickly there from Marty Cramp. Right on the halfway line. Last tackle now. Back to Boyle. He says, let's go up the other end and put pressure on the Devils. And this is Jordan Hardy, who had to go away and clean it up. Now it looks like he's going to be cleaned up there himself by Turoa and Maslanka. So they're going to spin it. They're going to chance their luck. There's only 30 seconds to go in the first half here on Grand Final Day. It's the Tigers leading by 10 points to 6. Live and exclusive right here on Bar TV. Our second year covering the Illawarra Coal Rugby League Grand Final. As last year it was Thurul getting up over Helensburgh. Who's going to go down in history today? The Devils spinning it. This is what they love to do. They even love a good kick in their game too. And even a better tackle. Oh, good one. Go and get that. Grand Final day. It's on here at the Illawarra Coal Rugby League.
Here we go.
The handbags are in effect there. Let's go down the sideline. Shea Millard. You spoke about them. We've seen a few slaps here.
Well, mate, Bronx just couldn't help himself. That bloke was in the air, and Bronx was always going to hit him while he was up there. Anyway,
let's have a look at the replay of this. Thought for a moment we would have seen a try, but I think we've even got a better way to capture this moment with that massive hit from Bronx Goodwin. grand final day beauty, wasn't it? Look at this.
Splitting down here on the right side.
Bang!
They've both hammered him at one. He was in the air, so we spoke about Bronx Goodman before. Sometimes he just carries on a little bit too much, and it looks like the Berg may get a penalty out of this. He was in the air as he was taking that kick, and it's caused a bit of a scuffle there, but both teams want to be careful. You don't want to go losing players into the sin bin, especially with the game this tight.
And especially for nothing, because, you know, everyone comes running in, they only push and shove, and they can't, you know, they're not meant to throw punches. So, you know, it's nearly a waste of time. Unless you're going to go in there and throw a punch, you're better off just waiting for it all to go away.
Or do you think the psychology from both of these sides are saying referees just don't send players to the sin bin in grand finals? Or do you think that's old school?
I think it used to be like that a little bit. They let it slip in grand finals, which is good. I think it's a big game, but
It's on report.
he's not been put on report there. I think we'll see a penalty, and that's enough. You go into half time, and I think 10-6 is probably a fair score.
Siren's about to go any moment now, but he's calling over Bronx Goodwin. Listen to the boos from the Helensburgh faithful.
Yeah, the Berg supporters love Bronxy down here.
Hear the calls to send him off. I don't think that's going to happen. The best thing we can do in 2015 is put him on report. Fair call.
Well, you couldn't really send anyone off for what they did. They just pushed and shoved each other. As I said, it's just a waste of time. You either get stuck into it or you don't, in my eyes.
I think the report was there, not just hitting him without the ball. I think he claimed shoulder charge. So anyway, we might see it fire up a little bit here, but 10-6, it looks like an half time.
So the clock, it's already registered 40 minutes. So the last throw of the dice. Grant Smith goes high. Diffused well at the back by the Devils. They better capture him. We know he loves open space there, Porter. So that's half time here in the grand final of 2015. We go to the break at 8. No, we don't. We go to the break at 10 points to 6. As we go down the sideline for his first half thoughts, Shane Miller.
Yeah, mate, I think it was a bit of a half of two halves, really. West started, you know, with plenty of intent. Buster Ray was nudging his nose through on every carry he had. And they had the ascendancy, really. They were going forward and had a lot of field position and a lot of pill. The Berg had to do a lot of defending on their line. And to be fair, they only leaked one try. So, and then in the back end of that game, West sort of started making replacements. I thought they lost a lot when Buster and Rolsey went off through the middle. And then the Berg sort of got themselves back in the game. They got a couple of penalties, which give them some cheap field position. And then, they scored a couple of real, soft tries, really, when you're thinking about it, because they're only on play 2 of a set of 6, and they'll defend their line. So West should have showed a little bit more intent with their D. But all in all, I think the score is pretty reflective of the game. We'll just hang on tight here and enjoy the second half.
What do you think's going on over on that hill there?
Sean? I'm just having a look. They look like they're enjoying themselves, the Berg supporters. As you said, they're up 10-6. I thought West were probably the better side early on, and then all the momentum seemed to swing to the Berg. So I'm sure the loyal supporters over there at the Berg are enjoying a few coldies, and I'm tipping it might be quite messy up the Berg later this afternoon, especially if they can get the victory here.
All roads leading to the Berg if they can get the victory.
Oh, mate, from down where I'm here, they're making plenty of noise, so they have a win here today, they could go on for days up there. They might declare a public holiday.
All right, then. Well, what we might do, we might take a break here at Wynn Stadium. It's half-time in the Illawarra Cole Rugby League Grand Final. Helensburgh with their noses in front by 10 points to 6. A break and back with the second half in the Grand Final.
Wasted on the sideline, he should be in the box. It was always going to happen. Bronx had to do it.
But the brain fog, like even my boys said, Shane is like the assistant coach.
Helensburgh trying to catch up. West are now in front. Great pass, taking part in the relay race. He's got his headgear on. That's brilliant stuff. Another pass, here we go. We've got the West Devils right out in front of the moment. I think we've only got one more to finish them all off. That's away, mate. Keep going with those little tiny legs. Oh, he's thrown the ball right over his shoulder. Western Suburbs. Looks like they might take it out at the last one, folks, isn't it? There you go, folks. We're getting it together. Looking at Charles. Folks, put your hand together for all of the kids.
Yeah, I know.
Which is Marty's going to ring the coach and get him
I'm waiting a bit so you can have because you normally go tight. I'm doing all that.
That's working really well.
Oh yeah. I said to go to the crowd, but I don't know when you're on me as well.
I've got the third camera thankfully, and dropped in the so but and probably the only feedback from the coach is probably just take the wide shot. That's fine a little bit higher. Like he just feel free. He does because yours is we're going for more of a we're not making it feel more stuff in a sense. All our cameras are holding up right and the like, so they can want to be that little tighter and have to come in.
So I'm kind of going between what's called penetration one.
Yeah, and then you do it back out.
So I'm going 3 and 2, so I'll get to go 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because he's sort of staying with all of us, because he's too far out. The other one's like, I'm out for a kick, so I'll just level the tripod up to like just one through thing and that was it. Really good. Like it's sort of like, especially down here. I basically came to you once they started going at each other.
I was like right there. I think we must have just got the ceiling up. I was like perfect timing sort of thing.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll level it up.
Looks awesome. So.
Everything's been dropped, but I can go downstairs.
No, it's all good, don't
You need to eat, have you?
I've had, yeah. I was just
Are you sure? No, there's nothing. Nothing left.
Are they not catering any more food?
No, I just asked. Everything's done. Did you grab a burger though?
We did.
Did you have a burger? I had two. That was so good. This is so cool.
Never gets him on the phone.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Women in league, yeah, definitely.
We can toss up Jazz, the player of the
Across the Jazz and the rest of the
Because
team.
Jazz is actually a player of the Women's Co-League this year. Debut season, one of the quickest centres of all time.
That's, you know what? We just go, yeah, no, I don't have the skill to be a hooker. I don't reckon. Well, I played hooker to begin with, but I'd never thrown the ball before. So in netball, everything's firm and fast. So with football, if you throw it firm and fast, it's too long.
No, we'll get the
Yeah.
during the week. That's what I've done this week. Earlier I've got Chris or something to give me this team list. At least you can have a bit of
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming, basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
It's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
Real Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.
Back here at Wynn Stadium, it is the Illawarra Cole Rugby League Grand Final day. And it's the Tigers up by a short margin. It's only 4-point ball game here. And for our fans back in Newcastle, it's the major semi-final today between Lakes United and Western Suburbs. And it's 4-all at Harker Oval. Winner, of course, will go through to the Newcastle Rugby League Grand Final at Hunter Stadium in a fortnight for the first time. The Newcastle Rugby League is taking their grand final to Hunter Stadium. So,
was that the first time they played there?
Yeah, we usually have it at the #1 sports ground in town. But after doing a few surveys, the Newcastle Rugby League have decided it's time that fans deserve more and a lot more corporate exposure as well. Just like here at Wynn Stadium. Fantastic day for everybody involved. As we see the Tigers on the bring back mission for the first time. Well, they're 40 minutes away. Can they hold on to their lead here? Or will it be the might of the Devils coming back to take the premiership into their neck of the woods?
Blake Phillips has been busy. He's had a pretty real busy first half, and here they go down here, now down the short side. Hillen's starting to look a bit dangerous. It's going to be an interesting first 10 minutes of this to see how both sides have come out after the second half.
Salomoliskis. We'll go to Shane in a moment to see what the coaches have had to say at half-time. This is Boyle. He'll put the kick downfield. And the Devils over there, dodging a few seagulls, which we always love when we come down here to Wynn Stadium. So as the Devils bring it back outside their own 20-metre line. Let's go downstairs to Shane Millard to see what the coaches have had to say at half-time. Shane?
Yeah, mate, both coaches were reasonably happy with their first half. Rolsey apparently spoke to him about he's been a bit more disciplined with the ball in hand, just taking their time and getting through the sets and not giving away silly penalties. Powley was, congratulated his blokes for hanging in there in the first 20 minutes of that first half.
Powley wouldn't have smiled, would have he, Billy? He's not the most happiest.
Did he
man
let you
best of
in?
times.
Usually keep the door shut too sometimes.
Yeah, he does keep the door shut. He's not the happiest bloke in the world at all, but he's got 5 kids, so that might have something to do with it. But no, he was reasonably happy with his Helensburgh team. They hung in there. They've went to half time in front, and he did speak to them about completing sets after points. And the way Helensburgh started, they've come from the back fence that first set, and they went basically 100 metres. So they've definitely come out with a spring in their step for sure, ready to go.
Hillen. Boyle. Where's Porter? There he is. Takes it nicely. Trying to get on the outside of Maslenka. He says, come back here and I'll put you into the ground. Just outside his own 20-metre line here on grand final day. Sean Timmins and Shane Millard down the sideline. Great to have a wealth of knowledge. Hundreds of games of rugby league between you two fellas.
He was busy at half time, Billy Millard. I don't know, I've seen him run before. He must have been busy running between dressing sheds. But he's played a bit of footy with Billy, so he played with every club in the NRL and in English Super League. But he's a good player, Shane Millard. Very good hooker.
Well, Bart Hill, don't know what he was thinking out there, but he needed to attack the ball as we go back down to Shane Millard on the sideline. Scrumble back down here, 5 short of halfway.
Yeah, it's only the second set West have had with the ball, and they've made an error on play 3. So obviously what Rolsey spoke of at half time hasn't worked too well for them. But I think Helensburgh just started a bit more intent than West, just the way they're running and hitting the deck and playing the ball quick. So we'll give plenty of room for Grant Smith to get a dummy half, and they can start playing off the back of that.
I think you'll see guys like Hillen and Boyle and Grant Smith. The longer this game goes on, we just see now they're starting to split West through the middle a bit. West are starting to look tired, so look for these Berg, all the quick blokes around that just start to make a lot of metres up the middle of the field.
Speaking of one of those big men, do they come much bigger in the game of rugby league than him? Massive unit.
He's a big human, yeah. So
Salma
I think he's
Lankis.
played a little. I'm not sure. Has he played a little bit of cutters through the year? But he's done a bit of damage coming off the bench for him today.
Yeah, he has played a bit of cutters, Timo. He's a big man with a big name that no one can say. So he's.
I'm not going to bother reading it because I'm not real good at reading. So
25 letters in his name, plus like the good old Mary Poppins. Remember that word, supercolour?
Billy only went to year 9, so I haven't heard him try to call him it yet. So I might just call him the big fella, big number 19.
Joker.
Big Docker. As the Devils coming outside their own 20 here.
I'd like to hear the crowd try and get into this game a little bit, really try and liven things up a bit. I'm sure they will over there on the hill a bit later, but at the moment it's just a bit of a settling period here. They're trying to fill each other out in this second half.
I know it's grand final day. I might be deaf, but they haven't. That's better. Back out to the 40-metre line. We're in an enclosed box here too. The old days of opening up the windows. They were the days.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I'm down here in the freezing cold in the shade.
You're looking okay though. You've got your feather jacket on. Back it comes to the Devils. Look at this. Holdsworth spinning, weaving, offloading. Which way will they come now? They drop down 10 metres away. Here come the Devils. They work the right back to Hill. Intercept was on, and it may still be on until the referee calls it back. Well, glimpses there of good footy here on grand final day.
Yeah, they've tried to attack that right side again. It looked like they had them short for numbers there, but the Helensburgh knocked the ball down. So Yeah, the Berg will get a scrum feed here and get themselves out of trouble. Speaking to Billy down the sideline, mate, you're a bit cold. You should have worn more than just your Thurl Butcher's footy shorts and your rubber thongs.
Yeah, I know, but you know that's all I've got, Timo. That's how I roll. The trucky singlet doesn't help me either.
Porter, great tackle
from Hill in there. Great tackle around the legs.
Needed to be made, and it was. Who wants it now? That's Greg Ray in 8, isn't it? Down inside the 10-metre mark. They're back on their goal line. Here the Tigers. Tranter away to Holdsworth. Muscling up in defence. They have to be here, the Tigers. The Devils looking to get themselves back into the match. Stepping, weaving, back to Holdsworth. Wasn't held. Referee says you better play the ball. Switches on, back to Holdsworth. Elusive, back to Stanford. Close. They're trying to push him over the line.
Good defence there from the Berg. It looked like he was going to cross then, but yeah, they've done well to hold him out.
Tranter, it's still on. Back to Holdsworth. Here's the kick. It's going into the end goal area. And they're back into the field to play the Tigers. How on earth did they manage to do that, Sean Timmins?
Yeah, they've done well there. West have had all that ball pressure in their line at the moment, but yeah, I think it's a get out of jail for Helensburgh to stop them scoring there. So you find themselves getting out a bit of a trouble here now. They'll be looking for a long kick. Get out, get some decent field position here.
32 minutes to go in the grand final. Golightly wrapped up there by Hayden Carpenter in 22. Here's the kick inside the 40. They're going to put it in between the fullback and the winger. What a kick, right back on their own goal line. Porter, with a flock of seagulls right in front of his nose, takes it into the ground, 15 out from his own line.
Billy, Big Buster Ray seems like he's been on the sideline for a bit. I wouldn't mind seeing him get injected back into the game. When he was on early in that first half, he seemed to be causing a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, mate, I agree. I think they lost a lot when he come off, and I would have probably just started that second half with him because you know that's what got him the good start in the first half. Just him carting it forward, skipping on that overs line and nudging his nose through. So. You know, I'm sure he'll be back on there in the next 5 minutes.
Holdsworth. He scored it. He's had a bit of a look there, I think, before he's kicked it. So, huge play there, huge play for Helensburgh. Now they get a scrum feed on about the 40 line.
Look at the crowd over there on the hill. Absolutely loving it, like our man on the sideline, Shane Millard.
Yeah, that's just a momentum changer. That's really give the Berg their ascendancy here. They've got some good field position. They've started the second half here really fast and with plenty of intent, both with the ball and in their D. So, you know, hopefully West, you know, they need to hang on here and get themselves back in this game.
Tigers, you can hear the chant in the background go up around the stadium. Lewis running it, Zach Blay. Smith giving away to Boyle. He finds Hillen. He goes himself back to Raper. He's after try number 2 for the day. And Jason Raper, he played fullback last year in the grand final. Now he's on the wing and scoring tries like that with blistering pace. No wonder he's playing in the number 2 jersey.
Showed some pace there, Raper. He's played a fair bit of cutters football too, but he got in the clear there. I'm not sure who it was at West. It might have been Bronx Goodwin that's come in on defence, but yeah, showed a lot of toe there, Raper, and he's got him a good try in the corner. So looking a little bit dodgy here for West at the moment. We have a look here at the replay. Yeah, misread there by Bronx Goodwin in the centre. Yeah, I'm sure Jason Riles won't be happy with that, but all the momentum looks like it's heading towards the Berg at the moment.
Can you hear us down the sideline, Shane? The noise is absolutely deafening.
Yeah, they're going berserk here, the Berg fans now. Yeah, it was a good try. Just on Jason Raper, Mate, Wayne Bremer was generally played wing for the Berg, and Rapes has always been at fullback. But Jace broke his cheekbone earlier in the year and give Bremer the opportunity to play fullback. And I just noticed where Raper scored that try from was the fullback position. So it looks like Bremer's gone back on the wing and Raper's spending some time there at fullback. But they just got him for numbers. Hayden Carpenter coming out of the line, tried to put some pressure on, left his defence stranded, and then, the centre, Rapes got on the outside of the centre, and then Bronx just turned his back to him. So if you can't see him, you can't tackle him.
And how good was that kick from the sideline? They've turned 4 into 6, and they're out to a 10-point lead in the grand final with 28 minutes remaining.
Yeah, huge play that before. Daniel Hasworth, plenty of NRL experience, but just a silly drop ball, I suppose, just a lack of concentration, and it turns into a 6-point try for Helensburgh.
Can they come back from here? That's the question.
Just seen down there before the Dragons coaching staff, Paul McGregor and his team. Big game last night, disappointing loss, but I thought it was an outstanding effort from the Dragons. And first year as head coach for Mary, I think the club's on the way up. What do you think, Billy?
Yeah, he's done a great job, Mary, this year with the men he's had to work with. They are definitely on the way up. He's just really instilled a real big effort from the guys and a great attitude, and they could never be spoken about lacking any effort, that's for sure, because they put in everything they had in every game they played. And I didn't get to watch last night's game, but from all reports it was another fantastic effort from the boys, and we're just unlucky in the end.
The Devils needing to left, they need to somehow get back up the other end of the park. The Tigers just not allowing them to do so, are they, at this stage? This is Ray.
Yeah, Ray back on. They need a bit of a lift, the West Devils. They just seem in a little bit of a flat spot at the moment. They've seen something. They need someone in the side to inspire them. Come up with a big hit or a big play. They're just a little bit flat.
So just noticed Buster Ray's just gone back on too, so hopefully he might change some momentum for the West favour.
And Shane down the sideline for Bar TV. The kick, fielded by Wayne Brebner. 3 in the tackle, trying to push him back towards his own in-goal area. So they need a good set of defence, I guess, here, the Devils here, don't they, to try and stop the Tigers from coming outside their own half. That's the 3rd tackle, and they're struggling to come to the 20 here.
You'd like to see him try and force an error here, Wes. You need a bit of line speed. You need someone in this side to really try and come out and put a shot on and make an error. They just need something. Berg have got all the momentum as 16-6. Last tackle here.
Inside the 40. Goodwin, straight down his throat. Gives it away to Porter. Back to Goodwin. And Hillen in there with 16 is Chris Lewis. He's hurt there, Bronx Goodwin. Crowd telling him to get up. And get on with it.
Down here on the sideline, Bronx has become a real fan favourite of the Helensburgh supporters. They've enjoyed his game today, that's for sure.
A few replacements about to come back on too. Shane, as we look down towards you, looks like Steve McCallum might be coming back into the match shortly.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to do a double change here. You've got Steve coming back on, and the 14's going to be coming on. Hayden McRae. He's played a fair bit of 20s at the Dragons, and he's a pretty clever dummy half.
This is Jason Riles.
That's what they need. They need that from Riles, is to get the ball, wind up and just jam it into him, because he's going to attract a few defenders, and I think if they can do that, they can try and get themselves back in this game, but they need to be the next scorer. They've just spilled it as we talk.
And the crowd, one almighty cheer. Look at them up there, drenched in the sunshine. A lot of them are probably off to the beach after this. They've already been to the pub.
I don't know whether they'll be going on the beach. I don't know whether half will be able to swim after this afternoon.
Go, Tigers!
The Tigers won a premiership. I'm away with 28 competition points, the minor premiers. 3 premierships, 86, 88 and 1993. 22-year drought. And ironically, they last won the premiership back in 93 against the side that they're tackling today, Wests.
They've had some close calls in the grand finals. The Dragons recruitment manager Ben Harron was captain coach here for a couple of years. I think they lost by a field goal. Billy might have to correct me. I think they lost by 1. And last year there was only 1 or 2 points, and it's they'd be hurting up there. As I said, you get so close, but you only lose by that much. So I'm sure they're really hungry to try and wrap this one up.
Yeah, the Butchers beat them last year by 2 points. I think it was 18-16 in the end of the wet day. Not as good a day as today. But the Burg have done an outstanding job. They've got the support of these clubs, and they've got the club championships and made the grand final in reserve grade. They made the semis in 19s as well. So, and I think they even got runners up in the girls rugby league team as well. So they're a good club, good town, and yeah, they're doing some good things up there.
It's like, go to the replay. Yes, referee's going to give a penalty here to the Devils. This was the possible try. Helen.
They needed that, West, a bit of a leg up to get them out of trouble. As he said, they just need something. Someone inside to inspire, and Buster Ray here.
No wonder he's called Buster. Have a look at him. Busts him up the middle too, doesn't he? You know how he got his name, Buster? Just through those types of runs?
It does look like he enjoys a feed and a few beers, Big Buster. I know he works in the coal mines. He's a deputy. Deputies don't do too much. They get all the operators to do that, but he's been a great player for West over the years.
Looks like he busts the fridge open plenty of times too.
And if you were a colleague of him, you'd have to get in quick, wouldn't you? There'd be nothing left.
Well, you'd have to watch your fingers.
Inside the half of the Tigers they come. Down to the 40-metre line. That is Carpenter. The Devils trying to get back into this match. They need an inspirational run and offload from Riles. Giving it away to Ray. Last tackle now for the Devils. Will they run it? Will they kick it? Back it comes this time. They're going to run it out by Porter. Oh, a miracle ball around the backside, but it's gone into touch. It's gone straight to Shane Millard down there on the sideline.
Yeah, it nearly hit me in the knee then, that one.
I don't think there was no need for the flick pass out. I don't know whether he could have caught and passed, but yeah, it's gone to the roll on the sideline anyway.
Take a look at this on the replay. Shane down there with your monitor on the sideline. Just went not the way he wanted it to go, mate.
There was an easier way to do that. He probably should have, as Timo said, caught and tried to pass it. And then, might have got a repeat set of 6 based on Helensburgh getting a touch on it then. But it's a lost opportunity to build some pressure there, that's for sure.
10 points the margin. If you'd like to have a chat to Sean Timmins or Shane Millard, hit us up on Twitter. Hashtag BarTV, and we'll get to those tweets as they come into the commentary box here. Back on the field is Steve McCallum. Is he about to win a premiership? Here's the kick. McRae. What a kick! It's rolling. Good one.
He's been busy, Big McCallum, their front row. Tau. He's been a bit of a club stalwart, I think, up there in the Berg, and today he's been doing a great job coming up against a former Australian front rower and Buster Ray. He's done a fair job there in the middle.
Bronx. Penalty might go against Bronx here. I thought that. That's just dumb play, I think, from the winger, especially in a situation like this. I'd love to have a look at a replay of that. And now he's going to be marched another 10, and he better be careful. He might even be sent to the thin bin here. He's just mouthed him, so they've marched him another 10. With all the momentum behind you now, you just keep on going, don't you, boys?
Across the Billy down there, mate. What's going on down there?
Well, this is the incident here. There's a big palm into Helen, but this is the... Look. Just not on in the grand final, is it? Doing silly things like that to begin with. And then marching him another 10 for back chat and throwing the ball away. Now they're going to have a kick for goal from right in front of the post, 10 metres out, with 20 minutes left on the grand final clock.
Yeah, well, as I said, mate, he's become one of the Berg's favourites, old Bronxy. He's been involved in about 3 or 4 penalties you know, and from an experienced NRL player, you know, that Bronx is, you know, he should know better than that. He needs to lead by example in a better way than what he's done there. That's for sure. He's going to cost West 2 points, you know, and make it very, very tough to come back from deficit now with 19 minutes to go.
Yeah, you just don't need it. Someone, as you spoke about, Billy, someone like that with experience, you want to see him leading by actions. Good carries, good tackles, not carrying on and play the ball straight. It just cost him side a couple of points there.
Well, they've missed it.
Yeah, it's missed it. That looks like reminds me of one of my goal kicks.
North Sydney Oval, Sean, wasn't it? From in front.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Looks like he's been watching my video.
Raper. Out of McCallum to the halfway line.
I think if the Berg score here, it could be she could be all over. It's going to be, if they score, it's going to be a big ask for West to try and fight back from this.
Hillen. This is Chris Lewis. The crowd cheering on the favourites at this point of the match. McCallum inside the 20. That's McRae. Hillen kicking. Porter's done well. Can they push him back into the end goal area? Yes, they can. Not one, not two, but three. Try five. Tigers wrapping up poor old Mitch Porter in his own in-goal area.
Yeah, good kick there by Hillen, and you just see they're starting to look really desperate. The Berg, they've had 4 or 5, as I said, defenders come through. So, Billy, down there on the sideline, does the intensity from the Berg, you can even feel the crowd here, and the players look like they've grown another leg.
Yeah, they've really stepped up this second half. They're definitely got the momentum. They just seem to be running harder, tackling harder, and there's plenty of you know, intent in what they're doing. It's just a nice short kick. 4 or 5 blokes picked Porter up and put him back over the try line. And just the body language on the West is more of a survival type thing rather than, you know, we're in this game. They're just trying to hang in here at the moment.
This is Blake Phillips. Watley, hard and straight towards the middle of the ruck. Down to the 10. The Tigers, are they about to clinch the grand final if they haven't already right here? That was a hand in there from the Devils. He's going to call it back. Interesting to see which way he gives the scrum here. Did you see which way that's going to go?
I think it's going to go to West.
Devils, was it? Yeah.
West need something here. It's a lucky call for them, but West need really to, as we said, Berger got all the momentum and had the field position. West need to come up with a big play, get down there in and try and, if they can score here now, they get themselves back in the game.
I'd like to see Timo complete. I'd like to see West play a little bit more footy in the sense of, you know, Rolsey carting it up, get some offloads off him, plenty of push, have their fullback sniffing around the ruck with those late offloads. Because both him and Buster Ray have got it in them. A real late offload as well, and they've got 2 or 3 defenders on them. I'd like to see him play a little bit more up-tempo, a little bit of ad-lib footy here.
This will bring a penalty right in front of you there, Shane. Just going on with it for too long. The Tigers.
It's what they need, the West at the moment. As I said, they've been struggling, but plenty of time left on the clock. I think if they can score in these next couple of minutes, it'll make this game real interesting. But, yeah, they need to score pretty soon if they're going to put one over.
Kick for touch. 40 metres out. Back to Hayden Carpenter. Finds the shot there. The 6 in Jared Boyle. He wants to line up and take it forward now. The captain says, give it to me. And Jason Riles takes it to the 20-metre line. From one end of the field to the other. Hirsch. Now to Clark. Goes himself. He's got support. Back to Green. He's close. Very close. Now to Clark. Holdsworth. He wants a try. Can't get it. 2 metres out from the Tigers line. Back to Clark. He goes himself. He offloads the pass. Can they go in here? Back to Hill. Tunnel ball. This is not rugby league. This is under sixes for the Devils. Have a look at that.
Yeah, good defence there by the Berg. The West were throwing it around a little bit. They didn't come up with anything real special in attack, but good defence from the Berg to hold it.
Oh, get a load of that, will you? Greg Ray. Good old Buster. He's busted him open.
That's what we were talking about before, Billy Millard. We might cross to you. There's a bit of a scuffle down there, but they need something where someone to inspire them.
Yeah, they did, and they certainly come up with that, Buster, then. They need to have force error mentality, and that's certainly what they did there. Play two, and Buster's rammed out of the line and got hold of one and forced an error, which is good, which gives them good field position, because that last set of six really faded away, amounted to not a lot at all.
Well, there's a Tiger down. Don't know whether he's just milking it or trying to give his side a bit of a breather. McCallum's going over to just to see if everything's okay over here.
This looks like it's going to go to the Berg. I'm not sure what Buster Ray, so he come out of the line here. I think he's just spilt that. He might be looking at a head slam. I'm not sure what the ref's looking at.
Busted it in too. It's a 10-point margin. The referee has asked his touchy to come in to join him. Our touch judges, of course, is Michael Chin and Joel Matheson.
Just down here on the sideline, it's become I'm sort of next closer to the west side, and it's become very tense down here. I think if the penalty goes against, or if it goes against West here, there'll be a massive blow up on the sideline, that's for sure.
Holsworth, Captain Holsworth out here.
Let's see which way he's going to give this. If you can figure out body language, he'll be still struggling. He's going to get the feed here to the Devils. So it's not all over yet here on grand final day. So they just need to somehow get over as quickly as they can. That goes without saying here. 13 minutes remaining on the grand final clock.
Terrible pass there. I'm looking for Holsworth to come up with something here. Obviously he's organising the show. Him and Dure. I think they really need to put a nice set piece on here to try and get themselves back in the game.
Ray to his feet, finding Clark. Porter takes a tackle there. This is Clark again, finding Holdsworth. Overlap out wide. Giro offloads it. Can they get over?
Good defence there. Good defence. I thought they had him short there, Pete, but yeah.
I thought Hill was in for all money. Back to Carpenter. He's going to be finding himself close. A metre out on grand final day. Where's it going to come now? Back to Holdsworth. He's going to kick out wide. Where will it go now? They've lost the football through Raper.
6 to go. They're starting to build a bit of pressure here.
They're going to get it back here, Wests. They'll get the feed and go on the attack. 10 metres out from the Tigers goal line. 12 minutes to go here on grand final day.
They need to score soon, I think, real soon, Billy Millard. They seem to be running out. They've got 12.5 minutes to go. I think they nearly need to score in this set of 6 if they're going to get themselves back in the game.
Yeah, I was just thinking that the last set, but you're right, Timmy. They've got to score. They're a genuine chance of coming back and winning the game. They need to score in this set of 6. They just created a 3-on-2 out wide there before, and Nate Duro just never squared up enough, and they just slid off and defended their line really well. And Tom Scribbins just ran over the sideline and played one, so he's having a terrific game.
Great defence there by Helensburgh. They've just ushered him to the sideline. They tried to put on a play, and they just ran out of room. I think the winger there should have dropped under him, but Good defensive effort by Helensburgh. These fans over there will be starting to get a bit restless, I think.
Credit to Maslenka. And look at them.
Jamboree local Simon Maslenko. He's local Group 7 boy down from on the farm at Group 7.
Coming off their own line. Holdsworth. Over the top. Downstairs there was Hirsch. Inside the last 11 minutes here. Lewis. Giving away to McRae. He finds McCallum. Riles in there along with Hirsch.
They're getting a little bit of the line speed now, West Devils. I think they're starting to get desperate. I think they realise this game's starting to slip away from them. But the good defensive effort here. They need a good kick pressure here to try and force a bad kick.
Knocked down by the Devils, was it? Referee said last tackle though. So they'll need a good kick here to get outside their own half. Who will put the boot to the ball? The man that's been putting the boot to the ball all day long here in this grand final. As the Devils looking to come out here to the commentary side, weaving their way down to the 40-metre line. 10 minutes to go on the grand final scoreboard. Holdsworth up the middle of the park. Porter from fullback, chiming in. Shot there from Dwighter Edwards. This is Riles. Picked up and driven sideways from Steve McCallum. Now to Clark. They crossed the 40-metre line, as you can see. This is Carpenter. We're getting closer to the last tackle. This is Buster Ray. Good pass in him, finding Green. He charges down to the 10-metre line. Last tackle now for the Devils. Clark, slowly to get off him. Look for the kick. Holdsworth kicking out wide. Tigers go up and save the day out there. Well, the Tigers, they cannot do anything wrong so far with 9 minutes to go in the grand final.
As you said, Pete, they West are just probably wrong option there, maybe by Holdsworth. I think they probably could have put it through the hands, or Helensburgh just seemed to be defending them pretty easily there. Nothing's really worrying them. So now they gain a penalty too. So
just have a look who's involved in this penalty again. Mate, he's a friend of mine, Bronx, but he seems to be in and around all the wrong stuff all the time.
He's given away a few penalties today and cost his side a bit of field position. Now they need to be down attacking this line if they're any chance of getting back in this game, and time just seems to be slipping away a little bit now.
There's the faithful. Nobody left in Helensburgh. What a party it's going to be in Helensburgh later tonight if they can go on and win this grand final. 22-year premiership drought. Is it about to come to an end in 2015? 8 minutes left on the clock. Back to Smith. He runs at Riles. 21 metres out from the line. The Tigers. Where will it go now? Back it comes to McCallum. Good run. Inspirational run by the big number 10. He finds Smith. Out the back to Raper. Creamed up there by the 5'8" in Duro. Here's the kick. Intended for Brenda. He got the ball out the back. It's play on. The ball dribbling its way over the dead ball line. We're going to have a goal line drop out. Let's have a look at a replay if we can get one up with this, because this was quite unbelievable what happened right here. Not so lovely for the Devils, but look at this passage of play. Look at this kick. They went up high, acrobats at its best. And the referee at that point said play on.
Sure, kick off down to Billy Millard there on the sideline. Billy, you reckon maybe Berg might be starting to look for a field goal here just to put the nail in the coffin?
Yeah, mate, I'd be surprised if they don't go for one maybe this set. They mightn't get another opportunity. And that'll just put them, that extra point in front, which, will just give them that safety net as far as West scored next. And then another converted shot. Also, I'm expecting to take a field goal, waste a bit of time, and make their fans a bit more comfortable up there in the hill.
So Smith looking around. Slow play the ball by McCallum. Oh, he's fumbled it. He's lost the ball right on his own goal line, 10 metres out.
Well, he set up for the field goal there, and McCallum was mucking around with the play of the ball and looked like a West player pushed him back over the ball. So it was a 50-50 that's gone the West way.
So 6 to go on the grand final scoreboard. Holdsworth about to drop it in. Comes out the back. So they got to go 80 metres.
You're looking for a Jordan Hardy or someone here, someone with a bit of pace to break this line, but good tackle there on Rolls.
Lifted out the back.
Someone with some pace. They need something special. Be maybe looking for a kick or something soon, but they've got to throw something here at the Berg.
And they're in numbers. Grant gets off him along there with McCallum. Greg Ray. He's been busted himself. But he gets up and plays it back, doesn't he? Still got a bit of ticker left in here. May go out wide. Quick hands required. Quick hands they've got. This is Hill. 38 away. 10-point margin. They had to duck and get out of the way to give it back down to Riles. He throws it out the back. Picked up by the Tigers. Penalty! Right in front of the post, and it's on again. This time, Jason Riles is in there.
Yeah, a bit of frustration creeping in. Big Rolsey there. I'm not too sure what happened, but I think they can realise the game might be starting to slip away from them. They've gained the penalty anyway, so anyway, they really desperately need to score now if they are any chance, Billy Millard.
Yeah, they need to score this set of 6, mate. They're going to start with a tap, only 15 metres out from the Berg line. So they need to score this set of 6 to be any hope of drawing it up late in the game to get into extra time.
So Carpenter wriggling his way out of that tackle. Holdsworth again to Greg Ray. Cropper's down, 8 metres out. Holdsworth, overlap out here. Can they go over? Duro offloads it. They're about to score. Bronx Goodwin has scored the try in the corner with 4 minutes to go.
There's a little bit of hope for West fans now. They'll be hoping he kicks his goal quickly and look for a bit of freedom in this last 4 minutes to play.
Oh, the crowd absolutely love it. Have a listen to the crowd. The kick is important, but before the kick we need to have a look at this replay. Look at that out wide. Turoa was caught napping. He didn't know whether to go in or out. He went in, the ball went out, and Goodwin in the corner. So here's the kick from right out on the touchline. The crowd getting behind this from the Devils. From the touchline. Can he nail it? He can't. Just waved away. 3 minutes ago. 6-point ball game here at Wynn Stadium on grand final day. Well, we've seen many a comeback from here. Are we about to see something special from the Devils? Buckle up, here we go.
Well, after last night's game, Dragons v Dogs, you don't know. There still is enough time for him to score, but would have been nice if he kicked that goal. But look for West to throw the ball around here. It's desperate times for them. As I said, one try in it. Look at the Berg supporters all on the fence now, ready to erupt.
They've come down from the top of the hill to be right down on the touchline. With 2 minutes remaining here on the grand final scoreboard. 6-point ball game in it. Helensburgh 22 years since they won last the premiership. No doubt that's ringing through their ears right now. They need to stop them, the Devils, from getting anywhere near their own side of halfway. Back it comes now to Stanford. He gets the legs pumping. Who wants the ball now? It comes back to the man that's going to be playing his last game in the game. It comes out wide out of Juro. He throws a dummy. He's been collared. He got the ball out the back to Goodwin, but the touchy over there has put the touch flag into the air to signal the ball's got in a touch. Wow.
Huge play there. Obviously, West shifted the ball and split him down there on the right side, but they've spilled the ball and it's gone over the sideline, so I saw a relief there for Helensburgh. Bronx Goodwin. Be disappointed with that play.
He's been everywhere, hasn't he, Bronx, today? He's doing his best. 1.5 minutes to go. The paparazzi has just come into the commentary box.
Operator Johnson.
Operator Johnson now working for the
operators
Lower
in the
Mercury.
open coal mine you've ever seen.
It's all about citizen journalism these days, and this is exactly what's happening here in the Bar TV commentary box.
It's all happening now. Look at the Berg supporters over there.
Yeah, it's definitely livened up down there in the sideline. The Berg supporters have come down right onto the fence. They're given plenty of encouragement to the Berg, and there are plenty to say to the West players at the moment. But it looks like they're going to celebrate their first grand final in 22 years.
That's the 40-metre line. Choka Doka Onavalu. Bumping off tacklers. And Riles has just clashed
with his own mate. He's hammered him.
Poor old Wade Stanford. He doesn't know where he is. Nice tackle. Here's the kick. Got out on the full. Wow. I don't think the Tigers, and especially their coach in Ryan Powell, be enjoying that moment right now.
Big 30 seconds here.
So the Devils, what have they got? Back to Riles. He storms ahead. Stay with us. What a thrilling encounter here at Wynn Stadium. Trailing by 6 points here. The ball comes out the back to Hardy. He goes himself and takes the shot there of Chris Lewis. 20 seconds to go on the grand final scoreboard. Back to Stanford.
They've got to throw more at him than that. They're just taking a couple of hit-ups there. They've got to...
Holdsworth, he goes short. He finds Carpenter. They're tackling their hearts out here. 5 seconds to go. Holdsworth, he kicks it in the end goal area. The Tigers go away and clean it up and take a 10. And there's the grand final. After 22 years, the premiership drought has been broken in 2015. They wanted the crowd to stay off the field where they've got Buckley's chance of this. Half of the crowd weren't even born the last time this mob won the grand final. Have a look at this. What a day for the Tigers. What a day for Helensburgh community.
Yeah, they've been waiting a long time for this. They've been close the last couple of years, and you can see the supporters now. They're ready to they'll be very happy up there. It's been a long time, and all these players have been partying for a couple of days now after this.
Oh, it's bedlam. Absolute bedlam. But the players will be lapping this up. I think Chris Bannerman's just had a heart attack. But look at the Devil over here. I hope he keeps that weapon to himself. But look at this Doka.
They have jumped the field. You would love to just see the players be able to celebrate by themselves just for a little bit. Obviously, they do a lot of work through the year together, but the fans, I think, are just so excited. Oh, mate, I think I might be heading up the highway tonight and joining them.
Yeah, well, if I can survive this on the sideline, I think I can survive anything. Half the town has just jumped the fence and ran onto the field, going berserk. So it's been a good day for the Berg. They've been the best team all season, and you know they've deserved their win today, especially for the first 20 minutes that they've had to endure.
There's Ben Ryan on screen. And there is the 20 who came off the bench. Eberswell, Grant Smith, the veteran for the Tigers, and there's the man on screen, McCallum,
very tight grand final, boys. I think we spoke about before. Obviously, we knew it was only going to come down to a few points, but yeah, West a bit disappointed. I thought they started the game very well. Probably the better side, but I think from about the 30-minute mark, the Berg were probably the better side. So, yeah, they deserve it. As I said, they've been close a few times, and for them to finally get there after 22 years, yeah, they deserve their win. So, good luck to them. But on Jason Riles, feel sorry for him. He's been in a few grand finals, lost them. One of the best front rows to play the game back in his day. He's done a good job here at West, so disappointing way for him to finish, but good job anyway, Rosie.
Well, the ground announcer has just said we're not going to conduct the presentation until everyone gets off the field, and the moment he does that, another 200 come over the fence.
They mightn't conduct this presentation till midnight then, because it's going to take that long. They'll need a riot squad to get down here to get them all off the field.
They just lifted Steve McCallum as well.
Well, for the Berg coach, Ryan Powell, it's third time lucky. He's lost a couple of grand finals last year, coaching Helensburgh, and a couple of years ago, coaching Thurul. So he's third time lucky. He's got the result.
Surely he might smile now, Powley. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'd be happy with that result. As he said, he's been there a few times. But good congratulations to Helensburgh, Ryan Powell, and all the supporters up there. They're a loyal bunch, and yeah, it's good to see them get a victory.
Helensburgh, they entered the finals this year on a 14-game winning streak. And it's just keeping on rolling for them. You know, I know you don't want to see the fans jumping the fence for security in this day and age, but they're just a happy mob from Helensburgh, and they just want to get as close as they can to their local players. A lot of them are probably family and friends as well, and they know these guys inside out.
There's a bloke out there with a boogie board and wetsuit. I don't know whether he's just come from the surf, but they've got all sorts out there at the moment.
Yeah, well, coming from Helensburgh, mate, all sorts do come from up that way. But, mate, I think they should just conduct a presentation. I know there's security and all that, but they're all family friends. They've waited 22 years for it. They're not hurting anyone. You know, I'm a bit old school. I think just leave them on there, celebrate, and just get on with it. Otherwise, you know, we'll have to put the lights on here at the stadium.
Well, if they were going to do any harm, we would have been evacuated by now. So they've been out there for 15 minutes just enjoying it, and more friends and family. There's that surfboard. He's just gone straight from the surf. He realised there was a grand final, and he's jumped the back fence. Oh, it's all happening here.
They're good sights, but watching that, as we said, I think Helensburgh had the majority of the supporters here today, and they've been waiting for it for a long time. I come to the grand final last year. There was a lot of them here, and they got beat. But yeah, good on them. Yeah, it was a great effort, great grand final, and thoroughly deserved by the Berg. So waiting for this presentation up now. I'm not sure, boys. Who's your tip for the player of the match?
Mate, I thought their hooker was pretty good all game. I thought he got out of dummy half. Brought the boys onto the ball a lot, controlled that middle, defended pretty strongly. Yeah, so I'd probably look at their 9.
Yeah, he was good. I think he was great. I thought Blake Phillips was busy. McCallum was good. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. There were some good players out there for Helensburgh.
And for the Wests,
Pete,
Devils.
Who's your tip? Come on, mate. You can't jump. You can't sit on the fence. Who is it?
Can't sit on the tip. Oh, I'd like 2. But yeah, I don't know, like, you can't go past the 6 and 7, obviously, in any match, but I think the forwards also had a good go in them today. Do you give it to Steve McCallum, possibly? I know he was off the bench, but
you would love to see someone like that get. I think he's been around Helensburgh for years.
He's the heart and the soul of the club, isn't he?
Club, yeah, and captain.
And he's lost, 3 grand finals before today, so he could be a deserving victor of our Man of the Match award.
Even Timo touched on Blakey Phillips. Blakey Phillips is a genuine local junior from the Berg. I think his dad might have played in the last grand final Helensburgh won.
Yeah, I think he
back
did.
in '93.
I worked with him up at the pit. He's a lunatic, great fella. But the brother of that, Peter Phillips, played here at the Steelers. So yeah, he was busy, and it would be good to see it to go to one of them local blokes that stick by the club. They probably get offered more money to go elsewhere, but they stay loyal to their own club.
Speaking of the 6 and 7, Jared Boyle and Eamon Hillen just embracing themselves there. But with every celebration, there has to come side, and it's tough for these guys, the Devils.
I know that feeling. I've been to one grand final, 99, lost. It's heartbreaking. You don't know when your next opportunity is going to come. So I feel very sorry for Wes and Jason Riles.
There's your mate there on the bottom right of the screen, Bronx Goodwin.
Yeah, he had a bit of an indifferent match, I think. Poor old Bronxy, but
that's a word I'd use for that.
Indifferent, lock it in.
Lock it in, Eddie. Now, mate, West had some decent players as well. I thought Buster Ray was, very good. Like I said, I think he started the game exceptional and probably the best player on the field for the first half an hour. Rolsey done plenty of work. Wade Stanford around the middle was quite good. Daniel Holsworth, his kicking game was on the money. So there's some good players come out of there as well. And Timo's man Bronx. He got men in the match for Helensburgh.
Obviously, West are disappointed, but overall they've put in a fair effort. They only just got beat by a try. They come down to the wire. They've had plenty of injuries all year. As Rolsey said, they went through around 38 players, I think. So great effort by the West Club.
Barry Jackson, come to the stage and make the presentation.
Okay, well, it's time now for the presentation. So let's go down to the dais and lap this up.
Thank you. Look, I won't take too long. I just want to thank all
the grand final
teams
after a 22-year drought.
for what's been a great season. This is our 4th year of sponsorship of the Cutters, Junior and Senior League, and also the representative team. And today it's just been a demonstration of why we sponsor that. Great entertainment and great community support. So look, I thank you for your continued support and congratulate Helensburgh on the win. Thank you.
I'll get Troy McDonald to present our match officials with their medallions. Referee Ben Millington, Michael Chin and Joel Matheson, the touch judges, Andy Ingold, Blake Riolo and Blake Edwards. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the referees this afternoon. Now I'd like to call upon the captain from the runners-up of the 2015 season from West Illawarra. Put your hands together for Daniel Holsworth, folks.
Firstly, Ellie and Helensburgh boys, well done. It was a great team for you, and rather it was. Streets ahead of everyone really throughout the year. We had good battles with it throughout. It wasn't our day, well done. To my boys, great bunch of boys. Thanks for welcoming me to the club. I think we went through something like 38 players this year, so we got to it, but it wasn't our day. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to hear from the winning skipper from the Helensburgh Tigers. Put your hands together for Steve McCallum.
Steve McCallum. Steve McCallum now just coming over to say a few words. What a proud moment it is.
Thanks for that. I just want to thank all the fans for coming out here today and supporting us. We've got the best support base in the comp. It's been 22 years since our last premiership. And we couldn't be happier. The party is about to start right now in our shed, boys. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to introduce Barry Jackson, the Director of Coastline Printing, to announce the Coastline Printing medal for the player of the match.
Again, we've produced another cracker in the grand final. Very hard to pick the player of the final, but as the number 9 Helensburgh, Grant Smith.
Grant Smith, the grandson of the late Keith Holman. Grant Smith, of course, the grandson of the late Keith Holman.
Just like to thank Wes for a great game. He's definitely stuck it out to the end and good to go. So Helensburgh is the whole group from 19s to second grade to the crowd on the hill to all those boys standing up there. That's for you, let's go.
People will be moving out along the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the player of the match, Grant Smith. And folks, put your hands together for the premiers of the 2015 season for the Illawarra Coal Helensburgh Tigers. Don't worry about the Helensburgh fans on the hill. They're going to be doing their ladder volley. We'll get the chance to all
The premiership finally going back to Helensburgh. And no man, no better in the game of local rugby league here in Illawarra. A very proud moment. One of the veterans with his arm on the silverware, or the goldware you might like to call it here in the Illawarra Coal Rugby League. Well, we'll leave you with these images, everybody, of the Illawarra Coal Rugby League Grand Final for 2015. The Tigers, premiers by 16 points to 10, ending a 22-year drought. On behalf of everybody here at Bar TV, including our producer who has done an absolute stellar job here this afternoon, Jack, we look forward to doing it once again in 2016. It's bye for now.